On this episode of Political Personalities with Skye, I'm going back to my roots as a scientist. We're here at NYU Tandon School of Engineering where they're developing FloodNet, this sensor that monitors flood water around the 5 boroughs of New York City. This sign here shows all the partners that have come together to make this project possible. Everyone's involved, all hands on deck, because science here is informing infrastructure in New York City.
I'm Jelena Kovačević. I'm the Dean of NYU Tandon School of Engineering.
I'm Andrea Silverman. I'm an associate professor here at NYU Tandon. And I'm an environmental engineer, so I do a lot of work in water quality, wastewater treatment, and urban flooding. So FloodNet is responding to some of the impacts of climate change. We know with climate change we're probably going to have more flooding due to both stormwater events that are becoming more extreme, as well as due to sea level rise. And we are seeing a lot of coastal flooding here in New York City, among other places. And so on the adaptation side, when you have more flooding that's happening, there's a lot of responses that need to occur. So first of all, in the moment, you might need to activate emergency response. And so our sensors, the FloodNet sensors, are able to send the data in real time to our dashboards, data dashboards, and community members can see data in real time, or city agencies can. And so emergency response teams, if they see that flooding is occurring, they can send out an alert to people to watch out for that flood, or they can respond and go to that location. So this is what our sensor looks like. This is an ultrasonic sensor. And what it does is when we mount it above a street or whatever it's mounted above, it sends a pulse down. That pulse then bounces back and is received by the sensor. And the time of flight tells us the distance between. And when floodwaters rise, that distance is shrinking. It works independent of power and networking infrastructure. So we collect data every single minute on flood depths. We transmit it over a wireless network, where it then comes to us on our servers. And then we use a solar panel and a battery for powering it.
So it's self-sufficient.
So it's self-sufficient, it can live independently in the environment. And we've been able to get permission from the New York City Department of Transportation to put these on street sign posts.
We at NYU Tandon work with the government and the city and state agencies that will have an impact on all New Yorkers. One example of this is the Cyber Fellows program, which we launched in 2018 with the New York City Cyber Command to help train people in more flexible ways for well-paying, in-demand jobs, because cybersecurity professionals are really in demand. And in fact, Governor Hochul was just on campus announcing the New York State, first in the nation, inaugural cybersecurity strategy at our celebration ceremony for MTA employees who completed the cybersecurity certificate at NYU Tandon.
The project is a collaboration between academic researchers at NYU, at the City University of New York, and government agencies here in New York City. So we work very closely with the Mayor's Office of Climate and Environmental Justice, the New York City Office of Technology and Innovation, and the New York City Department of Environmental Protection. And the work that we're doing is trying to develop a new technology to be able to measure floodwaters that happen at the street level in real time.
It's one of the examples of how we collaborate with the government, because we really want to have an impact on lives of New Yorkers.